Hey everyone, it's Anthony Allen Ramos. All right, well, I'm so excited to be chatting with this singer who I've been hearing so much about. Her name is UMI, and guess what? Her EP is finally out. It's called Talking to the Wind. It just came out today. And, I love all the vibe. It's kind of relaxing, it's sensual, it's giving all of the things. And like I said, this is the EP I've been waiting for. UMI, how are you?
I'm lovely. I'm so happy. I feel like I've been waiting so long for this to come out, and I'm just happy to have it out in the world. Releases make me happy. It feels like I also released something.
Yeah, it's like, a birth. But, I want to go back because you kind of ended 2023 in a big way. You had this song Wherever You Are with V from BTS, literally exploded worldwide, number one, 89 countries, I think, something insane, which is incredible. Congratulations. I mean, what was it like to kind of end the year with that success, knowing that here we are 2.5 weeks in, that you've got this full EP now?
It's so cool because it was so unexpected. Like that whole thing came together in like 2 weeks in terms of deciding to release it, coming out. And so it was just when I decided to put the EP out, it was something that I would have never even could have imagined. So it's really cool to be sitting here now looking back at just how everything happens in divine timing. And it's almost like I intuitively knew it was going to happen. And so I chose this date for the EP. It feels very just perfect timing.
What was it like to collaborate with V on that track, though? Because, I mean, when you think of like worldwide loved groups, I mean, BTS is, one of them, and V obviously a part of that. What was it like to kind of get to collaborate on that?
It was so surreal because personally, I've been a fan of V and I've been a fan of BTS since I was like in middle school and high school. So the fangirl in me was like, this is crazy. And then the artist in me was also like, this is crazy because he's such a soulful person. He's very artistic. And it was just cool to be able to first work with someone overseas, secondly, work with someone just so, like you said, globally loved, but who also is like very artistic in particular and detailed. It was like a really great artistic, creative, collaborative experience for me too.
Well, I'm so glad that you had that song so great. Now let's talk about this four-track EP. Two of these songs you put out, it's called Talking to the Wind. Now the whole package is out. And I feel like, listening to it, it's kind of about love, life, and kind of being okay, not being okay, or being a little lost yourself. Does that seem like an accurate kind of description?
Definitely. Yeah, I feel like the EP, I mean, I wrote it at a time where I personally was really lost in my own direction. And I was encouraged by my inspiration just to create. Like usually when you create, you're like, I'm making an album or I'm making this, but like I didn't even have a team at that point because I was starting all over. And so I was just creating, not sure if I would ever be able to release it, not sure what the future would look like, but just following the one clarity step in front of me. And I've been learning like life is like that. You don't really get to see all the answers at once. Life shows you things one step at a time, and that's the only answers you really need in that moment. So this project has taught me to be more present and have trust in life. And I hope that it can offer that reminder for people too.
I love that. And I think, obviously it's important, as a queer artist, you've made it a priority to spotlight queer love, talk about queer relationships. What's it like for you to kind of get to do that? Because I think the more that when I think about music artists, especially, the more that they embrace the honest, whatever, whoever they are, just all parts of that, the art that comes out of that is just so much better. It's more authentic. It connects with people.
I so agree. I mean, I'm really happy to be alive at a time right now where I feel so safe to express my identity. And I feel really grateful for all the different communities that support that. It just feels like also such gratitude filled timing. And so knowing that it's important for me to put queer love at the forefront of like the love I express, even if you go to past music videos I've made, I've always make sure to incorporate some type of queer love in there so that all people feel seen and feel safe to be seen. And Happy Am's one of those songs. It's about me and my partner, and I wrote it about her because she's taught me so much about embracing joy and not overthinking life. And I think that love just has can do that for people. It doesn't matter who you love. Love just provides that for you. So yeah, it's very important for me to talk about queer love. It's very beautiful for me and easy for me. It's just like me being me, like you said.
What's it like for you to have to go through this big moment? Like I said, this EP just came out, and knowing that you have a partner like that to kind of go through this kind of joyous, but I'm sure it's stressful and nerve-wracking, at some points. What's it like to have kind of the support of a partner, through all of this?
It's nice because she reminds me of who I am a lot. Like if I feel overwhelmed, she's like, "You're not overwhelmed. You're ready for this. You
Mm.
got this. You're here for a reason." Or I don't know what to do. She's like, "Yeah, you do. Just sit with yourself. Just meditate. Go outside. You do know who you are." Like I think in those moments where your ego and your thoughts get crazy, having a grounded person in your life really helps to bring you back to your center. And so that's what she provides for me. And I'm really grateful for that. I thrive with that in my life, that energy in my life.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Who were some of the artists that inspired you growing up? Because, like I said, you've got this really interesting sound. It's definitely R&B, but I know that you're inspired by meditation, and you have a lot of different elements that go into the sound that you put out into your music.
I'm very inspired by nature. I know you said artist, but I want to go into that world real quick. Like
Yeah.
I'm from Seattle, so I grew up like deep in the enchanted Narnia like forest, and so I think the type of music, whether it's R&B or pop or whatever, like the broader genre I'm experimenting with, the folkiness of nature and that acoustic like earthiness intuitively just comes through, and I think that really comes from my relationship with nature, which I would say is an artist in my opinion. Like the way nature paints scenery is so beautiful. And outside of that, I'm like very inspired by people like everywhere from SZA and Janae Aiko, D'Angelo, Erykah Badu. I feel like my hair is like very Erykah Badu inspired right now.
Yes.
To like Fleetwood Mac, Sade. Also listening to a lot of Japanese pop growing up. Like I just have so many influences, and I think what makes my music unique is my openness to just letting it all come together.
Yeah, no, that's so beautiful. I was thinking when you were mentioning nature, you are going to be heading to a beautiful place, Australia, in March. Two dates are going to be Melbourne and Sydney. How excited are you to kind of get to connect with some of your fans in Australia, and hopefully, get a whole new group of fans that are going to be super excited to hear your music?
I love Australia. Australia has been a big supporter of me from the beginning. Like when I would go and see my listeners in the world, Australia would always be up there. So I am excited to feel the love, the people there, and share the love I have with them. And also just crazy, their seasons are flipped and I've never experienced that. So on a just like a personal level, I'm excited to experience a whole new world and a whole new climate and see if that shifts my creativity, my thoughts, like I those types of thoughts come to mind.
Well, that's super exciting. Well, Umi, again, it's so good to catch up with you. I love that we're kicking off the new year with some new music from you. And just a reminder, everyone, Talking to the Wind, the EP is out now. And in case you find yourself in Australia, March 26th and 27th, Umi's going to be there. But sending you the best, congratulations. And I hope to see you in person very soon.
Yes, I hope to see you too. And thank you so much for your support and your love. I appreciate you taking the time to ask me questions.
Absolutely, my pleasure.